Would everybody please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On behalf of the Board of Education, Administration, the class of 2020, I welcome you to the 32nd commencement exercise of Cherry Valley Springfield Central School. It is with great honor that I open this ceremony. The 28 students who are graduating today have grown as individuals, emotionally, physically, and academically. I commend the graduates for all their hard work and their determination to make sure they made it to this day. They were not alone in this journey. Thank you to their families, the faculty and staff, and the community. It takes a community to raise a child, and they are living proof that our small communities take pride in their graduation. The year of 2020 will be part of history. In terms of school, you have missed out on many capstone activities. I'm sorry that those activities have been stripped from you. When I look at the big picture, I am thankful that you are all here with us today. You have learned lessons during the past few months that only make you stronger. Life is not always fair. Take these life lessons and enter the next chapter in life, smarter, appreciative, and ready to conquer anything that comes your way. Be a leader, whether it's silent or with a strong voice. If you think you are too small to be an agent of change, you have never been in bed with a mosquito. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Good morning. I'd like to begin by thanking the faculty and administration, especially Mr. Keene, Mr. Brophy, Ms. Georgie, Mrs. Kleimenhagen, and the Board of Education for their dedication to our class. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our class advisors, Mrs. Green and Mrs. Clapper, for all they've done. I'd also like to thank friends, family, and my fellow students. I know that we are all elated that we can come together for this very important step into the future for all CVS graduates. Though we have missed much in these last couple months, I am personally so excited that I can be up here in person to present to you. I've always liked to live my life with a go-with-the-flow mentality, and Oprah Winfrey puts this sentiment perfectly. Move with the flow, don't fight the current, resist nothing, let life carry you, don't try to carry it. Life has carried all of us to this point full of both happiness in all we have done and sadness of never all coming together as we have for the last 12 years. We have all had very different mentalities on this journey, yet we have all accomplished so much. Some of us love to sing or play in band, while others preferred to go home and ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes. We have played sports and acted in drama club. Some went to BOCES to learn trades, while others remained at school to pursue different paths. We have all taken our own unique paths that have helped set us up for the lives that we want to live outside of school. As we look forward to the future, outside of school, it is important to remember to let life carry you and not try to take too much control. As you go with the flow, remember that your path is yours, and to not try and compare it to others as long as you are happy with what you do. You shouldn't take too much control, but it's even more important to remember no one else should change your path. Your life is yours, and that is the most important thing. No one should tell you what makes you happy. A little philosophy from Confucius really connects to our idea of going with the flow and doing what makes you happy. Confucius famously said, "Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life." A quote that many of us are probably familiar with, but holds intense meaning as we step into adulthood. At this point in our lives, many of us have already selected our future, whether that be college, the military, or the workforce. Hopefully whatever path you have chosen is something that in the end will take you to a place that you love. Always remember, this is your path. Embrace whatever path you've chosen, for only you can understand why you've chosen it. I've talked much about our futures and how you should let life carry you and find happiness in whatever you want. But today is as much about the past as it is the future. If this COVID experience has taught me anything, it's how much I'm going to miss going to school every day, how much I'm going to miss all my friends, teachers, and coaches. I'm sure every student in front of me today can relate to the feeling we've all wished so long to get out of this place. We've said these words many times in one form or another. But now I wish I could take them back to spend one more day in school with all of you. To make one more memory, have one more laugh together, is what truly would make me happy. But life has carried us all in another direction. Let's not remember our time at CVS as a 3-month pandemic, but instead let's remember years of good memories. A place where we were playful children and rowdy middle schoolers. A place where we grew up together to be the young adults we are today. As I look back on school, I don't remember the stressful or hard moments. I remember Spirit Week and that one last Tri-Valley Band. I remember the countless foolish moments that had us all laughing and sometimes had a few of us in lunch detention. The memories we will carry with us throughout life no matter where we go. Kumar Milan said, "Things end, but memories last forever." And as we move on and this chapter in our life ends, I just ask you to carry a few of these happy memories with you. As I come to a close, I hope that you have all reflected on our past at school. Maybe think of a few of those countless memories that will stay with you forever. As we move on, remember to go with the flow and let life carry you to happiness. I thank all of you for the countless memories you have given me, and I hope that life takes us all to countless more.
Good morning. Good morning, administration, faculty, staff, families, and graduates of the class of 2020. When I was asked in January to be your graduation speaker, I was immediately touched and agreed wholeheartedly. But if anyone had told me that this would be the hardest speech I have ever written, I would have laughed. What could be harder than my son's class's graduation speech or the speech at my dad's funeral? Needless to say, I couldn't have been more wrong. It was vexing beyond belief. I kept telling myself, it's just a graduation speech. Get over it. String some platitudes together, put a few personal stories in there, be sincere, and wish the kids well. They asked you to speak, they chose you, they trust you. Get it together, woman, and write a speech. In February, I ordered a couple of books, but no matter what I searched or bought or found, nothing fit your class's personality. Then came COVID-19, throwing more wrenches into my already complicated speech. How do I talk to the seniors of 2020 after a spring no writer could have dreamed up and put in a novel, or wouldn't even have made it as a far-fetched plot on One Tree Hill? Come on, Jakeway, it's a graduation speech. You've done this before, you can do it again. I wrestled with my emotions. Yes, I feel the same joy and pride I felt with my son and his classmates graduating. But how do I reach the joy and pride? Because I also feel the profound loss with this speech that I associate with the loss of my dad. My dad, Wesley B. Stiles, was a wise, kind, giving man who I now understand imparted his wisdom in mysterious ways. Lessons were learned through planting Christmas trees, making maple syrup, mowing lawns, singing little ditties like Take Out the Papers in the Trash, Yakety Yak, playing Pictionary, and even washing cars in 80s shorts, tube socks, and boots. With everything he did, he taught my siblings and me lessons we never knew we learned until years later. In March and April, I was lamenting on how to continue to teach school. Lessons were different. Technology was killing me. Students weren't responding, frustration was setting in, and it snowed and snowed, sort of like rain. Thoughts of would we go back? Would there be a graduation? Would I even be doing a speech? And if I was speaking, what in Billy Blue Blazes would I say to the graduates when there's nothing I can say to make it better? The teacher in me, as well as the mom in me, was struggling. I wanted to give hugs. I wanted to yell at a track meet. I wanted someone to ask me why the SS Bieber life ring was hanging on my classroom door. I wanted to tell Morgan to chill out and Jeb to stop being Jeb. My 7th graders to sit down and be quiet, my 8th graders to speak up, and to give my track family speech for the 100th time. I was overwhelmed, and I'm an adult. What were these kids thinking and feeling? One of those overwhelming days, I saw a cardinal in a very strange spot on the corner of the roof at the back of my house. It was the first one I'd seen all year. Many of you may know of the tradition of seeing a cardinal is said to be a deceased loved one coming to visit you. My dad's love of nature was a big part of his aura, and he passed this love and knowledge down to his children and grandchildren. Dad loved birds. We fed the birds, we identified the birds, we drove for miles to listen to the call of the woodcock for surveys, and learned everything anyone should know about a Canada goose. By the way, I feel the need to share my knowledge that they are Canada geese and not Canadian geese. Geese do not have a nationality, according to my father. I remember vividly my excitement at seeing my first wild bald eagle outside my window during my first fall as a teacher at Gilboa Central School. I jumped out of my seat and ran to the window in awe. I was so excited to call my dad and share the majestic experience with him. And all my students laughed at me. Eagles were a common experience for them living near the reservoir. To them, it was just a bald eagle. But to me, it was a connection to home and a reason to call Dad. Anyways, I digress. See, it's like being in my classroom. Did you expect anything less? Back to the cardinal on my roof. The cardinal stopped and looked at me, then looked away, and looked back at me for solidly another 3 or 4 minutes. And yes, before you ask, I had a conversation with that beautiful red bird. At this point, you're thinking, that's it, she's lost it. She's talking at our graduation about her dad who has passed away and a variety of birds. Don't throw me off the track just yet. There is a message here. There was a moment right then that I knew I had to get my act together and write this speech. I was going to give it, whether in person, in front of a huge crowd of family and friends, or a small train of cars, where a printed speech was passed out, or, God forbid, recorded for posterity. Either way, because of that cardinal, I was on my way. I was ready to write and determined there would be a speech, no matter what. Unfortunately, I was still overwhelmed with the same sense of profound loss I felt at my dad's funeral. Your 2020 losses. The loss of the last 4x4, the last home run, last chances at a banner, last prom, last locker cleaning. And there were the losses of your onlys, your only baccalaureate, your only senior prank, and knowing you guys, it would have been a memorable one. Only pre-K, senior parade. My heart ached, and still does, for all the class of 2020 has lost, missed, and will never get back. But after that cardinal visit, I decided we were all well aware of what was lost, and I needed to focus on the positive signs of the bright futures you face. I was on my way and started writing this speech, and lo and behold, 2 days later, everything crashed down again. All hopes we held on to all spring were lost when the governor announced school would not reopen, and I felt like I was drowning in my speech again. How can I be positive and encouraging when everyone was once again consumed by loss? At this point, I heard my dad in my head. Okay, Melissa, it's time to focus. The cardinal and my dad became my motivator. My emotions were still all over the place. Facebook Adopt a Senior dominated me for days, but each story made me sadder. Then obsession overtook me. Let's adopt our seniors. Wait, let's shop on Amazon. Find little gifts for others. Shop on Amazon. Run Spirit Weeks. Shop on Amazon. Encourage others to support each other. Shop on Amazon. Paint rocks. And then hear the shout, why is UPS here again, Melissa? What did you order now? You can't imagine who that was. At this point in the quarantine, for me, it was a search for rainbows. Any way I could look for a sign of a bright future, find myself a challenge, go for drives, locate the congratulations graduate signs our school and others had put out, look for the lessons Dad would have imparted during this time of unprecedented crisis. Even before this speech, I often thought of my dad during this pandemic, and I'm confident he would have had valuable advice to impart. Dad's advice, I'm positive, would have connected his love of history and World War II to today. World War II was his historical passion for many reasons. First, his dad, my grandfather, fought in the war. Dad learned so much from his father, which he tried to impart to his children. Younger versions of myself and my siblings would have listened politely about how Grandpa's experiences in the war would have applied to today. And we may have rolled our eyes and most certainly would not immediately see the connections. Those connections and lessons have become so much more valuable as we got older, became parents, and when we suddenly didn't have the stories anymore. This May, I read an article by Gillian Brunet, an assistant professor of economics at Wesleyan University, and immediately tied my dad's World War II stories to today's crisis through the idea of shared sacrifices to join a common enemy. In the 1940s, many businesses joined the war effort. Washing machine manufacturers made artillery shells. Vacuum cleaner companies made bomb fuses, and people gave up everyday items to benefit the fight. My mother-in-law has told the story of how as a little girl, her job was to mix yellow dye packets into oleo, shaping it into butter when butter couldn't be purchased. The same thing was happening this spring. All kinds of businesses, as well as common people, united to fight COVID-19. Our own ONC BOCES produced special mask screens for Bassett Hospital. The New York Yankees, my dad's team by the way, donated Yankee uniform material to be used to manufacture protective masks and gowns. Cooperstown Distillery produced and distributed hand sanitizer. And regular citizens like Mrs. Karen Whiteman, Mrs. Ashley Cornelia, and Mrs. Tracy Baker made hundreds of masks for people not just in our community, but others in need. The gifts I have left for you on your tables and your masks celebrate those community efforts. My final focus in this speech is what lessons we have learned from COVID-19 pandemic and what pearls of wisdom we will be able to impart to our children and grandchildren. I created a list of 10 lessons that can be taken from COVID-19, modified from an article by Sam Osherson, a professor of psychology at the Fielding Graduate University, and an article by Favour Abalou, a freelance mental health writer. I think these are important COVID lessons we have learned as a people, community, and country. First, our masks tell the truth. We didn't want to wear masks. The whole thing felt foolish, overdramatic, maybe unnecessary, and very uncool. Besides, would it really protect anyone? Did anyone even know? But these DIY masks became a sign of solidarity and shared vulnerability. These masks showed us that everyone can be affected. We all need to be careful, and we are all in this together. The masks strengthened our security and safety. Number 2, COVID doesn't care about the money. Many people's emotional well-being comes from material wealth. No one needs to be reminded that the virus has disrupted the economy and most of us are poorer than we were a couple of months ago. Personally, watching our investments shrink brought uncertainty and changes to our retirement plans. But the lessons that we should be more aware of are that people's well-being is tied to how people behave communally, not individually. How much money we as individuals have is beside the point. The hope is that we, as well as others, including people we don't even know, will do what is needed to be done, regardless of wealth. It is the common good that determines well-being, not net worth. Next, clapping is not enough. Throughout the crisis, we have clapped for hospital workers, first responders, cafeteria workers, and grocery store clerks, whose jobs have become more dangerous by COVID-19. We now more than ever recognize that these people, formerly just accepted as there, our essential workers, are the people our everyday lives depend on. Will we now come through for them? Thank yous are nice, but as we move forward, what can we do to make other people's lives more secure? Will we give up our time to work for a better life for them? I hope so. Number 4, what are we zooming away from? Education moved online. We stayed in touch with friends and family over Zoom. Classes took place for 3 months on Google Meet as we were isolated in our homes and everything moved to the internet. As adults and teenagers, we all struggled to hold on to what we knew. Classes, class meetings, faculty meetings, spirit weeks, all using a new form of technology. Were we trying to zoom away from our losses and just trying to get on with life? Is there another way? Certainly COVID-19 has changed our world. I could Zoom all I wanted, but I could not physically see my mom, my dying father-in-law, my nieces, or my nephews. I could go online and see students and colleagues, but I didn't have their physical presence to help me understand more deeply what they were going through. I missed the family, the familiar classroom, the track where we would all normally spend our spring together. No amount of Facebook time or Zooming or items bought on Amazon could return the lost activities of your senior year. How could I help you when I couldn't help myself with these feelings? How do we fill the emptiness mentally and physically in our lives that COVID-19 created? We all have the opportunity to focus on the common good and build a more humane society. The post-COVID world offers many possibilities, including changing our priorities in daily lives. What kind of person do we want to be in a new post-COVID world? Can I open myself up to that? Can you? Can we? Lesson number 5, I'm almost there. Memories are golden. You've got lots of them. Luke mentioned them. And you need to use anything you can to keep those memories alive. We are all aware being in quarantine or self-isolation was nothing close to an enjoyable extended vacation. We discovered we needed good memories to get us through tough times. Memories like the ones that pop up on Facebook from years ago and bring a smile to your face so you hit the share button and hope it brings a smile to others. Memories like those that pop into your head when you see something, smell something, or hear something that brings forth a scene from your past. Receiving an unexpected phone call that was meant to last 5 minutes but lasts 30. Mr. Jakeway has probably told everyone and anyone who would listen about how he and his fraternity brothers created a Zoom group and throughout the crisis have shared memories, laughs, and jokes across the country that tie back to the 1980s of SUNY Geneseo. His wife and children have teased him as he proudly proclaimed each week how many brothers their membership grew by. But it was these positive memories that prompted positive mood shifts, and it's the good memories and friendships that keep you going. That brings me to number 6. Your friends value you and you them, but you might not tell them face to face, but you need to. Seniors, lots of people, friends, teachers, and community members care about you so much. Maybe it took the pandemic to get people to admit how much they care. We all have friends who we share most of our time with, and yes, they missed us, but how about all those other people we know? Do most of the other friends really care about us? Believe it, yes they do. Social distancing has made us rethink relationships, one of which is the realization that most of our friends value us as much or more than we value them. Throughout the spring, there was a recent spike in video calls, chats, tweets, Facebook posts, just checking up emails, sincere waves, offers of delivering masks, or asking, how can I help? People were dreaming up ways to make you seniors smile or ensure elementary children had good social distance birthdays through fire truck parades. These are all signs that lots of people care tremendously about us and we about them. Caremongering is a new term that refers to people looking out for their neighbors, but also for strangers. I fell into that category as I read post after post on Adopt a Senior from all over the state and country. Volunteerism has grown, communities have responded, love and decency have outpaced anger and hate, porch fairies have delivered cheering gifts, so some good has come from COVID. Number 7, you don't need extra time in your life as much as you need a healthy obsession to enjoy. We like to believe that if we could only find some extra time, we would handle more tasks and complete our to-do list. Well, after being quarantined, it turns out we've only been deceiving ourselves all along. The pandemic left many of us with spare time, but if you're anything like me, you've probably made no sizable progress with self-improvement or house cleaning lately. Our inability to do extra tasks isn't really because of our busy schedule, it's because they are mundane but necessary activities and we put them off because we have little or no obsession with them. The truth is, if we have a burning passion about something, we will devote our time to it, whether or not time is abundant. So challenge yourself to find your healthy obsession and enjoy. Next, be outdoors more often. Nature heals, green space is essential, distressor during times of anxiety. Nature impacts our body chemistry, it is calming. Take walks, jog, take pictures, explore Mother Nature. She helps with her calming influence, but she also needs our help. It's time to become a caremonger for Mother Nature. Think green, be outdoors, and maybe even look for birds. Number 9, engage more with your family, make plans, and keep them. When this is over, visit relatives, become a hunger. Caring, listening, and empathy needs to be our priority. People in many neighborhoods all over the country participated in the night neighborhood hollow at 7 p.m. to release tension. Get past the silly. Do what makes you feel whole. Show you care, listen to the young, the old, nature, and others. Even now, people agree we're far more connected than we were before the crisis. Finally, number 10, always carry hand sanitizer and wash your hands. In closing, we learn something new every day. But like with my dad's hidden lesson, most new lessons don't sink in until an unpleasant situation hits. What do we need to do? We need to sit up and pay close attention. The pandemic has kept us home, and we've had more than enough time to brood over life's endless losses. Now let's pay attention to the lessons. Maybe you have developed new thought patterns, fresh perspectives about life. You've discovered your hidden strengths or even some weaknesses. These are all lessons learned. Use them. According to Ralph Waldo Emerson, the mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. So pay attention to the profound lessons that surrounded us all spring. These lessons will continue through the summer and into our future. The world will not be the same, but is that necessarily a bad thing? Your world has the potential to become a better place, and you, the class of 2020, will lead us there. You are unstoppable, unbreakable, and undefinable, and we wait your greatness. Thank you.
would like to thank the Cherry Valley Springfield Board of Education, Mrs. Climenhaga, Mr. Kane, faculty and staff, the opportunity to address the class of 2020 and their families.
Wow, your senior year. No one ever expected you kind of finish your high school career. Mrs. Kuhn and I want to tell you what an honor it has been to be your advisor. We're watching you grow and mature over your 16 years at CBS. Don't someone thought you'd reach the pinnacle of your career. Bam, COVID-19.
Pre-pandemic, we would have described your class as unique, creative, fun-loving, and yes, maybe just a little bit goofy. Now, resilient, strong, determined, exceptional can all be added to this list.
Thank you, each of you, for giving a powerful example of accepting what you cannot change and moving ahead to finish your senior year with little complaint and much perseverance. Most importantly, thank you for not taking your eyes off the prize and continuing to look to your future.
At this time, we would like to share some of our wishes and hopes for your futures.
We wish you more ups than downs, more give than take, more tippy toes than deep, more we than me.
We wish you more hugs than Uggs, more woohoo than whoa, more will than hill, more can than not, more snowflakes than tongue.
We wish you more pause than fast forward, more umbrella than rain, more bubbles than bath, more treasures than pirates, and more stories than stars.
We wish all of this for you.
Because you are everything we could wish for and more.
What will you wish for?
We hope that you never lose your sense of wonder, you never take one breath for granted, you never settle for the path of least resistance.
We hope that when one door closes, one more opens, that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, we hope you dance. Oh, we hope you dance. With our best and fondest wishes for your futures, we ask you, what do you hope for?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to announce the 12 recipients from this year's graduating class who are receiving a total of $39,370 in Clark Foundation scholarships. Luke Bartlett, Heather Brennig, Morgan Collins, Riley D., Kelsey Gerard, Larry Kroon, Philip Cubis, Alana Latella Devine, Luke Loveland, Allie Mishevitz, Matthew Mosenson, and Austin Yurden. This time I would like to recognize the accomplishments of our seniors who graduated from the Otsego Area Occupational Center. Please hold your applause until all students have been recognized. Joseph Hogue, Welding and Metal Fabrication, Technical Endorsement, First Aid, CPR, AED Certification, Forklift, Truck Operator Certification, and OSHA 10 Certification. Olivia Jicka, Cosmetology with Competence, Technical Endorsement, CFES Mentor. Robert Jorgensen, Information Technologies, Technical Endorsement, Certiport Digital Literacy and Computing Skills Certification. Philip Cubis, Natural Resource Occupations with Competence, Technical Endorsement, First Aid, CPR, AED Certification, Forklift Truck Operator Certification, OSHA 10 Certification, Logger Training Certification. Alexandria Mishevitz, Health Occupations with Excellence, Technical Endorsement, First Aid, CPR, AED Certification, Home Health Aid, Red Cross Scholarship. Douglas Moore, Information Technologies, Technical Endorsement, Certiport Digital Literacy and Computing Skills Certification. Matthew Mosenson, New Visions Engineering with Excellence, CFES Mentor, National Technical Honor Society, and participant in Syracuse University Project Advance. Christine Stanton, Culinary Arts with Competence, Technical Endorsement, First Aid CPR AED Certification, Serve Safe Food Protection Manager Certification, and OSHA 10 Certification. Felicia Van Buren, Cosmetology with Excellence, Technical Endorsement, 1,000 hours. Silas Wilson, Culinary Arts with Excellence, Technical Endorsement, First Aid CPR AED Certification, Outstanding Student, National Technical Honor Society, Serve Safe Food Protection Manager Certification, and OSHA 10 Certification. Congratulations to all of our OAOC graduates. The following are individual scholarship awards which will be presented in alphabetical order. Students will receive all of their awards after the ceremony. Please stand when I read your name and remain standing until you have been recognized for all of your awards. Luke Bartlett, the Mountain Man Hunting Club Scholarship. Congratulations, Luke. Heather Brennan, the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association Commitment to the School Community Award, the Floyd and Virginia Dubin Memorial Award, the Jack Mennebacker Visual Arts Award, and the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association AP Art Award. Congratulations, Heather. Riley D., the Barry Krill Memorial Award, the William Hudson Memorial Scholarship, the Christine Ruth Mullen Williamson Memorial Award, the National Honor Society Scholarship, and the Gates Cole and Tom Brigham Driver Education Award. Congratulations, Riley. Kyra Decker, the Cherry Valley branch of NBT Bank Scholarship, and the Otsego County K-9 Deputy Pete Award. Congratulations, Kyra. Aiden Delaney, Christine Ruth Mullen Williamson Memorial Award, and the OCX Tech Award. Congratulations, Aiden. Kelsey Gerard, the Cherry Valley Fire Department Ed Shipway Memorial Award, the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association Pursuit of a Career in Education Award, the Otsego County American Legion Scholarship, the Greater Cherry Valley Chamber of Commerce Award, the Springfield Alumni Association Award, and the Kyle Hyzak Memorial Love of Life Scholarship. Congratulations, Kelsey. Raymond Hillhouse, the OCX Tech Award, and the Darlene Ripple Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations, Ray. Robert Jorgensen, the Ted Dusler Memorial Award for Bus Driver Respect. Congratulations, Rob. Larry Kroon Jr., the Cherry Valley Lodge, number 334, Free and Accepted Masons Award, the Jack Mennebacker Memorial Award, the J.M. Moore Citizenship Award, the Town of Middlefield Historical Association Award, the Leatherstocking Credit Union Scholarship, the National Honor Society Scholarship, the Springfield Alumni Association Award, and the New York State Board of Regents Academic Excellence Scholarship. Congratulations, Larry. Philip Cubis, the Brissette Family Award. Congratulations, Phil. Alana Latella Devine, the Armistead Family Scholarship, the Board of Education Award, Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association in memory of Vanessa Bly, Class of 2002 Scholarship, the Jack Lennebacker Visual Arts Award, the Jack Lennebacker Photography Award, the Town of Roseboom Historical Association Award, the Nancy Irway Memorial Scholarship, the Ripple of Hope Award, the Springfield Alumni Association Award, and the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association AP Art Award. Congratulations, Alana. Luke Loveland, the Cherry Valley and Cherry Valley Springfield Alumni Association Co-Valedictorian Award, the Ethel S. Wilson Memorial Award, the Mary Semrov Class of 1930 Valedictorian Award, the Springfield Grange Award, Springfield Historical Society Award, New York State Board of Regents Academic Excellence Scholarship. Congratulations, Luke. Kendra McGovern. Board of Education Award, the Cherry Valley Springfield Retirees Award, the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association Commitment to the School Community Award, the Jack Brennebacker Photography Award, J.M. Moore Memorial Award, the Leatherstocking Brush and Palette Club Outstanding Senior Art Student Award, the Leland E. Turk Smith Memorial Award, the Springfield Fire Department Auxiliary Community Service Award, the Greater Cherry Valley Chamber of Commerce Award, the Leatherstocking Credit Union Scholarship, the Ma Nielsen Scholarship, the Whiteman Hull Snyder American Legion Post 1360 Citizenship Award in memory of Larry Thompson, and the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association AP Art Award. Congratulations, Kendra. Alexandria Mishevitz, the Cherry Valley Central School Class of 1987 Award, the Road Less Traveled Donathan Font Remembrance Scholarship. Congratulations, Allie. Douglas Moore, the Chris Ann Brockway Memorial Award, the OCX Tech Award, and the State of New York Office of the Attorney General Triple C Award. Congratulations, Doug. Matthew Mosenson, the Cherry Valley and Cherry Valley Springfield Alumni Association Co-Valedictorian Award, the Cherry Valley Springfield Teachers Association Academic Excellence Award, the Donald A. Drake Scholarship, Evelyn Wilson Sheets Memorial Award, Flossie Yurden and Doris Brown Memorial Award, James E. McPhee Scholarship, the Mary Semrov Class of 1930 Valedictorian Award, and the New York State Board of Regents Academic Excellence Scholarship. Congratulations, Matt. Felicia Van Buren, the Richfield Springs Lioness Club Award. Congratulations, Felicia. Austin Joseph Yurden, the Cherry Valley Firemen's Auxiliary Award. Congratulations, Austin. At this time, Mr. Tabor, Mrs. Kleiman-Haga, and I would normally have the honor of presenting diplomas to the class of 2020. Due to physical distancing protocols, we'll be introducing our graduates with their diplomas. At your tables, the students all have diploma cases. Please bring them with you. We'll be presenting dry diplomas afterwards. We didn't want them to get wet. And cases. Kendra Lynn McGovern. Kelsey Rebecca Gerard. Matthew Abraham Mosenson. Luke Robert Loveland. Austin Joseph Yurden. Alana R. Latella Devine. Douglas W. Moore. Lawrence Michael Kroon, Jr. Olivia Peyton Jicka. Raymond J. Hillhouse. Aiden Colin Frederick Delaney. Riley P. D. Jeb Stewart Magruder. Silas John Wilson. Philip Nicholas Cubis. Alexandria S. Mishevitz and Vilma Alexandra Mishevitz. Robert Clayton Jorgensen. Joseph Ryan Hove, Jr. Melissa Olivia Douglas. Morgan Ann Collins. Kyra Jordan Decker. Luke Bartlett. Heather J. Brenning. Alicia Lynn Van Buren. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Fellow graduates, parents, families, teachers, school board members, administrators, and everyone else watching our graduation. I'm so happy that we can have this graduation in person, although the weather is not exactly what we expected. Most of us haven't seen each other in 3 months, missing things like our prom and our spring sports season. But on a positive note, we didn't just have a senior skip day. We had an entire senior skip semester. There's a man named John Acuff, who is an author of books giving life and career advice. One of his books is entitled Start, Punch Fear in the Face, and Escape Average, and Do Work That Matters. He is a guy who isn't afraid to take risks. But he is also a guy who seeks to balance work with adventure. In his view, we are most successful when we take the pressure off, when we can be ourselves. I love his most famous quote, "Be brave enough to be bad at something new." All of our lives are and will be filled with new, scary, and difficult challenges. Through my own experiences, I have learned that to really have a full and meaningful life, I have to be brave enough to be bad at something new, and to relax and enjoy the ride. I like to share when I have been brave enough to be bad at something new. And moments like this have made me the person who I am and who I want to be. When I first arrived as a Rotary Foreign Exchange student in northern Thailand last year, I didn't know what to expect. It was completely different than anything I was used to. I found myself in a place that was, for me, like another planet, with a different language, different food, different culture. Despite every thought racing through my head, I did not let this overwhelm me. I wasn't afraid to be bad at something new. I took the risk, faced my challenges head on, and made some amazing memories with some awesome friends from around the world, and even learned the language, sort of. I look back at some of the things that I did and what they meant to me. I want to tell you one particular time and how it has made a lasting impact on how I view the world. So here's what happened. I had been living in Thailand at this point for about 7 months. One day, my phone buzzed on a hot school afternoon. It was a message from a Thai woman who lived in another province about an hour away from me. I met her a few weeks before and she knew my host parents. She asked me to go on a trip to visit a southern beach province, Canterbury, for a week-long vacation. Even though it would be an 8-hour drive to get there, I happily accepted the invitation, taking up the opportunity to see a new place. So my host mom dropped me off at the woman's house the next day, and then she left. Then, a big white van pulled out front. I leaped back a step or two when I saw that there were 10 adults packed into the back of the van, none of whom were students my age. The woman who invited me to go on the trip opened the front passenger door for me, and I climbed in. A bit hesitant at first, but I made myself comfortable for the long ride. Then, she slammed the door behind me, and I was dumbfounded when the van pulled away and left without the woman who invited me on the trip. So, how many of us have heard the warning to never go anywhere with strangers, and especially never get into something like a shady white van with said strangers? Our parents told us. Public service announcements told us. And I am sure that you have all heard a version of that warning in one form or another. Your parents probably got that same warning from their parents too. So here I was, in a van, heading for an unknown place, 8 hours away, with 10 complete Thai strangers. I didn't know any of them, had never met any of them, and I was in a foreign country that spoke a language I barely knew, going to a place I only knew as a dot on the map. This was like the opening scene to a bad Hallmark Private Eye movie, where the kidnapping happens, and I was the victim. Well, I was frozen in my seat, trying to wrap my brain around what was suddenly happening around me. 5 minutes of absolute shock passed when the other passengers began to speak to me in broken English. They asked me all sorts of questions about my stay in Thailand. I responded mostly in Thai, and I talked about trying foods made with spices and tastes I had never experienced before. In the Thai boxing classes I was taking, I told them how hard I thought their language was, and how I was studying the 42 consonants and 32 vowels that made up the Thai language. They practiced their English on me, and I practiced my Thai on them. From then on, for the remainder of the trip, I completely opened up to these total strangers and felt much more comfortable. I wound up having a great time. In Thai, there's a phrase they all use, "Mai pen rai." It has many meanings, from never mind to don't worry about it to it will be okay. This phrase is one of the cores of their culture. The people take naps during the day, wherever and whenever they want to. They face their challenges with a smile and are not worried about being late, being behind, being wrong. Here in the West, we constantly tell ourselves things like, if I can just get this done, I'll finally have time to relax, to enjoy, to have a life. We take stress management classes, where instead of learning to lighten our load, we learn how to do even more things at the same time without having a heart attack. But in the Thai way, the journey is as important, if not more important, as the destination. In the Thai way, when you find yourself working on a difficult task, you don't need to stress out. You don't need to rush or pull all-nighters. Step back, relax, breathe, and put it into perspective. It will all be okay. Might Ben Rai. So where do we go from here? All of our lives have been drastically altered in the past few months. Since COVID-19, we've all had a new challenge in the Great Quarantine of 2020. The quarantine came as a shock. It basically stopped everyone and everything in its tracks. This was new, scary and difficult for everyone. We did not know what would happen, what this meant for school, for work, for our health, for the economy, for our country, and for the entire planet. A lot of us were pretty bad at it in the beginning. We were scared and faced a challenge that we did not know how to deal with. But we had to be brave enough to do it anyway. And through our collective bravery, we learned how to handle the challenge. We learned lots of strategies of keeping ourselves and each other safe, such as social distancing and face masks. We learned how to do our schooling from home, how to support each other from afar, and how to face the many challenges. We learned to step back, relax, breathe, and put it into perspective. It will all be okay. Might then ride. So as we all move on to bigger and grander adventures, being going to college, and through the military, and through the workforce, or anything else, we will face many more new, scary, and difficult challenges. We can all step back, relax, breathe, and put it into perspective. It will all be okay. Might then ride. And when we are brave, we can overcome any challenge that is thrown our way. If you want to take an art class, do it. If you want to learn a new sport, do it. If you want to learn a new language, do it. Fellow graduates and other listeners, I urge you to be brave enough to be bad at something new. Thank you.
Woo!
Classmates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the Cherry Valley Springfield Central School graduates of the class of 2020.
Please stand and join me in singing the alma mater. With
At this time, you'll be escorted off the field one family at a time. And congratulations to all of our graduates. Thank you for being here and making the most of an otherwise kind of crummy day with the weather. And just thank you for everything. Take care, everyone.
So why don't you get in your car, just line up for the parade. We're still having the parade through town. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night.
You guys are all set to get your diploma and stuff as you exit and go directly to your vehicle.
I will rescue you.
Congratulations. What a great speech. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Get him a couple